Hey everyone. So in this week's video, I want to really dig deep on game feel. I watched a Game Maker's Toolkit video on game feel. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description. It got me thinking about my melee combat system. I set out this week to get my melee combat system feeling satisfying and, most importantly, fun. It's Monday morning and I really want to revamp the way my main character attacks. I'll show you how it's working now. The character does an attack, and if it lands its attack, it sets off an internal timer. If it lands another attack, the timer resets. It does a third attack, and if the timer is still running, then it will stun. I don't like this system because it's unclear when the stun will go off. There's also some other weird behavior where if I hit two enemies in one attack, it might not stun both. So yeah, definitely in need of some revamping. I decided to look for inspiration from other games. I remembered a really fun game I played with a friend called Full Metal Furies. The character Alex, who is the red character, does a melee hit combo that I really like. She does 3 normal hits, each changing directions, and then a final swing that knocks back all enemies. You have to press the attack button quite quickly to not drop the combo. I'm a big fan of this game and its melee combat system, so I'm going to use some bits of it as inspiration for the melee combat system in ArmaGarden. So now that I have a real plan for the day, it's time to get to work. So I spent the day half messing around with attack hitboxes and the other half making new attack animations. Luckily, I could be cheeky with a lot of the animations and just flip the canvas. I had to do some minor changes like moving his buttons to the other side and some other things, but it was way easier than doing a whole new animation. That's it for development today. As for the rest of the night, I'm off to go play volleyball with some friends. Turns out volleyball was full. Luckily, one of our friends had an emergency spike ball set. It's Tuesday morning. My goal for the day is to finish the animations for the triple attack and maybe get started on coding later. I've been working for a while now, so I'm going to go take a lunch break and head to the gym. So I just skipped to the end of the day to show you the attack all finished. My character does an attack, and then if you do another attack within a short window, he swings in the opposite direction. The third attack will stun and knock back, so I added an extra frame to the attack. That may not seem like much, but keep in mind the attack is only 4 frames long. Last, I added an extra color to the attack smear to make the third hit stand out. It's still not super obvious when the stun hit comes out, so I think I'll add more color later sometime, but for now, I'm happy with how everything is looking. It is Wednesday morning. I'm going to spend the morning coding the attack of my character. I'm hoping I can get that done relatively quickly because I want to rework my enemy attacks too. I also want to make sure everything is scalable to make my life easier for future implementation. For instance, to have a single hit function in my enemies that gets called when they're hit. This will make it easier for different types of plants to deal damage to enemies in the future. It's now past lunchtime and implementation has been going well. I quickly animated and rigged a stunned animation for the gorilla. The scientist attack is finished and I'm really happy with it. So with that over with, I decided to get working on the gorilla attack. That's when I ran into a bug. I still don't know why this is happening, so if you have any ideas, let me know. The gorilla attack hitbox moves differently from how I have it set up in the animation window compared to when the game is playing. The only solution I can think of is to delete the attack animation and redo it, which I'd rather avoid doing. After attempting to fix this bug, I was about to give up for the day. Instead, I took a short break and switched gears. I got started on what I really wanted to do all week, which was adding game feel. There are 3 things I want to implement before the week is over to get a juicy feeling combat system. I want to very briefly stop time when the enemy gets stunned. I want them to flash red when they get hit. And of course, I need to add a dash of screen shake. It's Thursday morning. To finish off the week, I want to get all the juicy combat mechanics done. If I have any time left, I'll change the vine attack plant to make use of these new mechanics. It's a bit past lunch now, and everything is finished. I'll spare you the details. Have a look at the finished product. This is how things looked before the week started. And this is how they look now. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I still have a ways to go, especially since there are no sounds, but it's definitely far better than it used to be. To finish up the day, I reworked the vine attack plant. Since I changed how the enemies are hit, moving the vine attack over to the new system was no problem. This gave me a chance to put everything to the test.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die!
Sorry, I had to do that. Anyways, that's it for this week's video. I'm heading out of town to house sit for 2 weeks. It might mess up my upload schedule a bit, but I'll do my best to keep it consistent. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.